Hey there, I'm Steve Chadban. I'm a transplant physician from Sydney, and today I'm bringing you the third in our series of videos of how we think best to manage this COVID-19 pandemic. Today I'm particularly talking to people who were on the waiting list or hoping to very soon have a kidney transplant either from a deceased donor or a live donor when this COVID pandemic arrived. As you probably know, we had to call a halt to kidney transplantation in about mid-March, and we understand that that would have been a really tough call for many of you. We do hope that fairly soon we'll be able to start transplanting again. The reason we stopped transplanting was for your safety. We were really worried about what might happen if we gave you a new transplant, the heavy immunosuppression, and you then got COVID-19. Many of our colleagues have had patients who've become very ill overseas, but I'm very happy to say that in Australia we've really seen very little of that, and I think that in general we've done a great job at preventing a bad impact from COVID-19 in our new kidney transplant populations. In the meantime, what I'd like to talk to you about now is how to stay at your very best while you're waiting for that kidney transplant and for us to start transplanting again. There are a couple of aspects to that. The first one, of course, is to try and minimize your chances of getting COVID-19. By and large, our patients have done a tremendous job of reducing their chances of getting an infection by safe social distancing, staying at home wherever possible, and lots of good hand hygiene. For those of you who have to travel 3 times a week to a dialysis centre, all of our reports back have been terrific that everybody has done their best to reduce the chances of getting infection. Of course, some people will get symptoms of an upper respiratory tract infection like a runny nose, a sore throat, a fever, or a cough and breathlessness. If that happens to you, please do contact your dialysis centre before you head in there for dialysis, and also let your kidney doctor know what's going on. They will know the best thing to do for you. Besides worrying about COVID-19, we're also worried about all the other things that can happen, because while the rest of us are looking out for COVID-19, other stuff can happen. So if you develop any odd symptoms that you need to talk to your doctor about, please do. Your doctors are still around and they're very happy to talk to you on the phone, and we can sort most things out either on the phone, or if there are worrying features, we'll bring you into the hospital and check you out. But please don't go ignoring symptoms of what might be other serious diseases that we need to sort out. Secondly, I'd like to talk about staying physically well. Being cooped up inside can really detract from your fitness, and as transplanters we want you as fit and strong as you can possibly be. So please do get regular exercise. I think the best way to do that is to write it into your daily diary if you have one. Make sure that there's some time in every day or on non-dialysis days when you do a burst of exercise of your favourite type, whatever you choose. Whether that's a stationary bike in front of the news every night, whether it's an early morning walk on your non-dialysis days, or if you're unable to do either of those, there are lots of YouTube videos that go through all manner of interesting exercises. There's something you can do. Remember, the physically stronger you are, the better you will do from your transplant. The flip side of that too is trying to avoid overeating. Being locked up inside your house all day with plenty of access to your fridge and your cupboard and not as much access to the outside world can be a recipe for disaster for weight gain. We know lots of our patients are susceptible to gaining weight, so please do all you can not to overeat and to eat sensibly during this time, even more so than others. Mental health is a really tricky one, I think, during this time. We're seeing less of our friends, we're not getting out and about as much, and it's very easy to sit there and ponder about the ills in this life. If you are feeling that way, I'd encourage you to reach out, let your doctor know. There are plenty of ways we can help you through those periods of time. The last thing we want is for you to sit there worrying about things with no one to talk to. Also remember, it's not just you sitting there on your own. There are lots of other people who are in the same position. So please do grab your phone, grab your Skype, grab your FaceTime and talk to people. Finally, the third point I'd like to make is that as we move toward a time when we can restart transplantation, we want you to be ready for it, not just physically, not just mentally, but also medically ready. Please do contact your doctors and see if they know when that time will be. When it happens, we may need some physical checkups, some new tests, some blood done so that the Red Cross have your blood there ready to cross-match when the time comes. All of these things need to be put in place immediately as we go forward with resuming transplantation. So please be in contact with your doctor and your medical team, and they'll advise you how to best do that. So in summary, I'd just like to say, hang in there. This has been a tough time for everybody. We're with you. Please keep us fit and strong and as well as you possibly can. And we're genuinely looking forward to getting you that transplant as soon as we possibly can.